Happy day students, welcome back. We are in the second video of the decimal chapter. So in the previous video we saw about the decimal fraction, tens, hundreds, thousands and parts of decimal. Let us begin with our today's class. In today's class we are going to see about equivalent decimals, like decimals, unlike decimal and how to convert unlike decimals into like decimals. Now we are going to see about equivalent decimal. Equivalent means equal, same. So, equivalent decimals are two decimal numbers that are equivalent, that is, they represent the same value or the amount. Though they two decimal numbers look different, the value of the decimal numbers will be the same. Let us see with one example. Look at this number 0.3 and 0.30. 0.3 is nothing but 3 tenths, 3 parts out of 10 parts, and 0.30 is 30 hundredths, 30 parts out of 100 parts. Though the decimals look different, 0.3 and 0.30, the value or the amount shaded is the same. So 0.3 and 0.30 are same and they are called as equivalent decimal. They are equal. And from this we can say that adding or removing 0 at the end of the decimal number will not make any change. So if you add 10 here, it is same as 0.3 only. So if we add 0 at the end of a decimal number, the value will not be changed. It is the same. We'll see one more example, 0.8 and 0.80. So 0.8 is 8 tenths and 0.80 is 80 hundredths. They are same. They have the same amount, same value. So 0.8 is equal to 0.80. So adding 0 at the end doesn't change the value. They both are same. Okay, 0.8 and 0.80 are same. They are said to be equivalent decimal. Now we are going to see about the like decimals. The numbers which have the same number of decimal places are called as like decimals. For example, you see the numbers 56.8, 7.1, 36.1, 36.9, 0.8, 241.2. All are like decimals because they have only one decimal place. Here you see all are having only one decimal place. You should not consider the whole number part. Here 56.8. The number 56 is a whole number. It has two places. And 241.2. The whole number you have three places. So you should not consider the whole number part. Only the decimal part you have to see. And if it has same number of decimal places, then the numbers are said to be like decimal. Let us see one more example. 4028.32 and 25.03. Here you have two digits in the decimal part and here also you have two digits in the decimal part. The number of decimal places are same. So these two numbers are said to be like decimals. Now let us see about unlike decimals. What are unlike decimals? The numbers which have different number of decimal places, they are called as unlike decimals. For example, you see 56.8, 7.12, 36.1423, 0.821. They are all unlike decimal because they are having different number of decimal places. 56.8 is having only one decimal place. 7.12 is having two decimal places. 36.1423 is having 4 decimal places and 0.821 it is having 3 decimal places, that is 821. The number of decimal places are not same for these numbers. So we are saying that the numbers are unlike decimals. We call them as unlike decimals. Let us see one more example. 782.46 and 482.638. Here the number of digits here is 2 and the number of digits given here is 3. 2 places here and 3 places here in the decimal part. So these two numbers are said to be unlike decimals. Now let us see how to convert a unlike decimal into a like decimal. For example, take this numbers 1.8, 31.629, 17.26 and 5.01. Here you have the numbers in which the decimal places are not the same. For the first number you have only one place, the second number you have three places, and the third number 17.26 you have only two decimal places, and 5.01 is also having two decimal places. You can, as we saw in the equivalent decimal, adding 0 at the end of the decimal number will not make any change in the value of the number. So let us see what is the maximum number of decimal places. 3. 3 is the maximum number of decimal place. So we can add 0 to the remaining numbers so that all the numbers are having 3 decimal places. So I am adding 2 zeros to this first number 1.8. I am adding 2 zeros. It becomes 1.800 because 1.8 and 1.800 they both are same as we saw in the equivalent decimal. And 31.629 is written as it is, and 17.26 we add 1 zero so that it will become as 3 decimal place. 17.260, 5.01 we add 1 zero, it becomes as 5.010. Now all the numbers are having 3 decimal places and they are now like decimals. So we have converted the given unlike decimals into like decimals. One more example you have here: 85.785, 201.3, 9.1, 16.65. The maximum number of decimal place is 3. So we make all the numbers having 3 decimal places by adding the required number of zeros. So the first number is written as it is, and second number we add 2 zeros, it becomes 201.300, and 9.1 you have only one decimal place, so I add 2 more zeros, 9.100, and 16.65 it is having 2 decimal place, so I had add only 1 zero, so it becomes 16.650. So the numbers now are like decimals. Students, in today's video we saw about equivalent decimals, like decimal, unlike decimal, and how to change the unlike decimal into like decimal. Let us continue with our next topics in the next video. Thank you, students.